Sarah's mornings always started the same way: checklist, phone calendar, emails, reminders, backup plans for the backup plans. She planned conversations before having them, rehearsed arguments before they happened, prepared for disasters that never came, and somehow, she still never felt at peace. Because the more she tried to control life, the more life seemed to slip through her fingers. At work, everyone described Sarah the same way: responsible, reliable, organized. But nobody saw what was happening underneath: the panic, the pressure, the exhaustion of trying to hold everything together all the time. She micromanaged every project, corrected every detail, double-checked everyone's work. If people didn't do things her way, she quietly lost trust in them. And slowly, without realizing it, Sarah stopped building relationships. She started managing people instead. People lose peace the moment they start believing everything depends on them, because control feels powerful in the beginning, but eventually it becomes a prison. At first, Sarah thought her behavior was helping. Deadlines were met, problems were avoided, things stayed organized. But over time, people around her started changing. Her coworkers became distant. Her younger sister stopped calling as often. Even her boyfriend Daniel started sounding tired during conversations. "You don't trust anybody," he told her one night. "That's not true," Sarah replied immediately. But deep down, she knew it was, because trust requires surrender, and surrender terrified her. So instead of letting people carry responsibility with her, she carried everything herself: bills, schedules, family problems, future worries, other people's emotions. Until eventually, her mind never stopped running. Trying to control everything is often just fear wearing the disguise of responsibility. And fear becomes exhausting when you carry it long enough. One evening, Sarah sat in her apartment staring at her laptop screen long after midnight. 30 unread emails, missed calls from her mother, a half-finished presentation due in the morning. Her chest felt tight, her breathing became shallow, and suddenly, she broke down crying at her kitchen table, not because one thing went wrong, but because she had spent years trying to prevent everything from going wrong, and it was finally crushing her. The next morning, Daniel called. "I think we need space," he said softly. Sarah froze. "What?" "You're always stressed. You're always trying to fix everything. And honestly," he paused, "it feels like there's no room for anybody else in your life except your control." That sentence shattered her, because for the first time, she realized something terrifying. The very thing she thought was protecting her life was slowly destroying it. The need to control everything eventually pushes away the very people you're trying to protect, because relationships cannot breathe where fear controls every decision. For weeks afterward, Sarah felt numb. Work became harder. Sleep became harder. Even silence became harder. Because once life removes your distractions, you finally hear what's happening inside you. One evening after work, Sarah wandered into a quiet bookstore cafe she had never visited before. Rain tapped softly against the windows. Warm lights glowed overhead. Old jazz music played quietly in the background. That's where she met Eleanor, an older woman sitting alone with tea and a worn notebook beside her. Sarah didn't know why, but something about her felt calming. Eleanor noticed Sarah's tired expression almost immediately. "You look like someone carrying weight that doesn't belong to her," she said gently. Sarah laughed weakly. "That obvious?" Eleanor smiled softly. "Pain usually is." Something about that answer made Sarah sit down, and for the next hour, she talked honestly for the first time in years. The stress, the pressure, the fear of things falling apart. And when she finished, Eleanor nodded slowly. "You believe control creates safety," she said. Sarah stared quietly. "But life keeps teaching you the opposite. The more tightly you try to control life, the more anxiety grows inside you. Because peace was never meant to come from control. Sarah looked down at the table. So, what am I supposed to do? Eleanor folded her hands calmly. You learn the difference between responsibility and control. That difference changes everything. Sarah frowned slightly. I don't understand. Eleanor smiled. Responsibility says, I will do my part. Control says, everything must go my way, or I cannot be at peace. That hit Sarah hard, because she suddenly realized her peace had become completely dependent on outcomes she could never fully control. Other people's choices, timing, unexpected problems, the future. And no human being was designed to carry that much uncertainty alone. Control becomes dangerous the moment your peace depends on outcomes you were never meant to control. That's when anxiety quietly takes over your life. Eleanor reached for her tea slowly. Life becomes lighter, she said, when you finally stop trying to carry responsibilities that belong to time, people, and God. Sarah felt tears forming again, because deep down, she was tired of managing everything, tired of anticipating disasters, tired of feeling responsible for everyone's happiness. Eleanor gave her 3 simple rules. Prepare wisely, speak honestly, release what you cannot control. Then she leaned forward slightly. Peace enters your life the moment control stops sitting on the throne of your mind. You do not find peace by controlling more things. You find peace by finally accepting what was never yours to control in the first place. That conversation stayed with Sarah for weeks. At first, changing felt impossible. Every situation triggered the same instincts: fix it, manage it, prevent disaster. But slowly, she started practicing something new: pausing, breathing, letting people handle their own responsibilities sometimes, accepting imperfect outcomes, trusting without overmanaging, and little by little, her life began changing. Not because everything became perfect, but because she finally stopped demanding perfection in order to feel safe. Her relationships softened again. Her sister called more often. Even Daniel eventually returned for coffee one afternoon. And for the first time in years, Sarah noticed something unfamiliar inside herself. Quiet, not outside her life, inside her mind. Maturity begins the moment you stop demanding certainty from life before allowing yourself to experience peace. Because real peace is not found in control, it's found in trust. So here's the question. How much of your exhaustion comes from trying to control things that were never fully yours to carry? And what would happen to your life if you finally allowed peace to exist before certainty arrived? If this felt like home to you, subscribe. And if someone came to mind while you were listening, share this with them.